You will probably know that last year, around about this time, we launched the roadside breath, alcohol and drug tests. We've been using them now for a year. They've proven to be very effective, and in fact, it's bettered the way that we do our enforcement because whereas before we may have arrested somebody on suspicion only to find out when they were at the station that although they had been drinking, they were below the limit. It meant that the police officer had been engaged at the station and away from the streets for well over an hour. What happens now is, if that's the case, we'll try and educate the person, inform them of the dangers of drink driving, and let them go on their way. But it means that the police officer stays out on the street, and if the really bad offender comes along, we're there to catch him out.
This time of the year we're all partying, busier nights, even weeknights, with office parties happening throughout the week.
We try and reinforce the message, but I don't want people to get the impression that it gets really bad during this time, because the reality it doesn't. Looking at the figures that we've had from compared to last year, in the last 6 months we've arrested 58 people in total, 9 of which were for drug driving, as opposed to 54 last year, and of which 3 were for drug driving. So although the figures are a little bit higher, but it's to be expected because we are now able to detect them that much better. So we were always going to expect a higher figure, but we're quite happy that it's not been that great an increase.
There's also emerging new trends, and you mentioned something there: drug driving.
Yeah, unfortunately, the use of drugs, even though and I'm no doctor and I'm not going to get into that, but apart from the obvious medical repercussions and the dangers of using drugs, putting that aside, you are not in a condition, when you consume drugs, you're not in a condition to drive, very similarly to drinking alcohol. So there has been a trend, and it's a trend which has emerged now worldwide. It's something that most police forces across the globe are trying to deal with, and we are following suit with the drug wipe.